Hi, we're glad to be back with you, and we really appreciate your participation in this exploration of life and good health. I was asking myself the question, for what? I've spent so many years of my life in two pursuits. One is to have great health, and the other is going after this and that and this and that, believing that it would give me something of real value. And then finding again and again with seeking outside for achieving something, it didn't. It didn't give me what I thought it would. So for what? For what do we want good health? For what do we pursue anything in life?
I like what you're saying. For what is to go out there, because I'm telling myself that has value. That would be valuable. Good health, that would be valuable. More money in the bank, that would be valuable. And what I'm seeing as you're saying that is that I've got an association with value and feeling okay in my life. It's like things of value will give me a sense of stability, of security, of well-being. It's the feeling that I'm looking for that comes with, or at least I'm associating with this thing of good health. Oh, if I have good health, that would be really valuable. And I like the feeling of resting in the idea that I have great health. But is it the great health that gives me the feeling I'm looking for? Because I tell you, my health is really good. It could be better, I'm sure, in some ways, but I'm not looking to get way healthier. I don't have a health challenge. And yet there are days when this good health does not overcome a funky feeling. My good health and the value of this good health doesn't give me what I'm ultimately looking for, the what for. What for, the Connie's questioning. What for? Why do I want it? What is it that we're really looking for in everything we pursue in life?
Yeah, I think we're just looking for a feeling of well-being.
I think so. I think so. It's like if there is a direction or an intention behind what I consider the intelligent unfolding of the universe, of which I in my life is part, then that direction is toward a sense of balance and stability. And there's a feeling that goes with that. And what's interesting is that what my mind wants to do is when I have an experience of that balance and well-being, I want to associate it with what's going on. My mind wants to associate it with what's going on.
Yeah.
And this happens with food, right? It's like I'm at a birthday party, 6 years old. We are having so much fun. We're eating all this cake. So then, association, cake, sense of well-being, fun. Life is good. I can relax. Everything's taken care of. That feeling I'm looking for, my mind associates it with food. So then when I'm not feeling so good, my mind goes, oh, let's see, where do we find this? And we go looking for it outside.
Yeah, in cake or cars or wealth or whatever it is. Yeah. As well.
Any of that. It's that association through our mind that leads us astray. It creates this entire life of seeking. What if that's backwards? What if what we're seeking, the what for behind everything, is actually here now, meaning available to be experienced because it's a feeling that's experienced that is not put there by a circumstance or an activity.
Yeah, so the question is, where is that feeling available? How do we access the feeling?
Yeah. And if I start to deconstruct, reverse engineer, that happiness as a 6-year-old at the birthday party, or, my enjoyment in sports, or all the different associations I have with that sense of well-being, what seems to be occurring in that moment is that my mind is settled. It's not in that fear mode, fight or flight. Is everything safe? It's like, in the sense, life is safe. The universe has my back. I can relax. And in that relaxation, what is left, because my mind isn't filled with, oh, what I've got to do to be safe. Oh, that person just looked at me funny. What are they thinking? Whatever, my mind is just not filled with survival stuff. And what's left when the mind settles down out of, is everything okay? What do I need to monitor? What's left is who I really am. Love, joy, peace, compassion, understanding. And that is a good feeling.
Yeah, and it comes so easily many times during the day. We just don't always notice it. And we can become more aware of it just by simply getting quiet from letting this busy mind settle. And then we connect more with our true nature and all the intelligence of the universe is available in that place of life.
Yeah, and I know my experience, and I think most people, if I get caught in a busy mind, I can remember what we're talking about, and that doesn't change it.
True, true.
But in remembering this, it kind of takes the foot off the gas pedal. In the past, it used to be, I'd get triggered. Let's say somebody cuts me off in traffic. I'd get triggered, and I would put my foot on the gas pedal to want to find relief somehow out there, yelling at him. I used to yell in my car. I think he couldn't hear me. But I would give him a piece of my mind. Or I get to work, and I'd be telling my coworkers about this jerk that cut me, and da da da. And so I would put my foot on the gas pedal. Now with this understanding, even if in remembering that it doesn't go away, which actually it often goes away very quickly with that remembering. But if it doesn't, at least I take my foot off the gas pedal. I don't leave it on thinking that the answer to find my well-being and balance again is somewhere out there, is telling somebody about it, is getting somebody to apologize, is someone confirming I'm right and they're wrong. So it's not always an instant fix. Not like there's a switch. Oh, there's a switch. But knowing that allows me to back off and then step back into this natural flow and evolution of life that is always moving us in a positive and progressive way.
And one way that you can really access it, which is great fun, is say you want something to eat and no, I don't really need that. You're not even hungry, but it keeps calling you and calling you. When you have that, you can eat it with presence. What does that mean? Well, to really get present with the experience. So we go through a little exercise. You chew it really well, put all your attention in your mouth, chew it till it becomes liquid. And while you're chewing, if you wish, feel love for the food. And then notice, this is the key piece, when you swallow it, how does your body receive it? It's not a right or wrong thing. It's just learning from your deeper wisdom what you really need or want in this life comes from that place of settledness. And when we're present with anything, we drop into that place effortlessly. So use the food cravings to take you there. Eat with presence.
I like what you're saying about presence, because when I am fully present, I've left that association with the food and the feeling I had that's drawing me. Because in my mind, I'm saying, if I have this food, I'll have the feeling I had from my past memory.
Yeah.
And if I get present, that's not in my mind now. And I'm able to see what the real association is between that food and my body's health, which is often quite different from what I had it associated with. And so we kind of retrained the programming around that food. And suddenly it doesn't have the old association anymore, because we see, that's not really what gives me the feeling. My body isn't really happy with that, so why would I eat it anymore? So yeah, the key, I think, this place of a quiet mind is another way of saying being present. When I'm present, it doesn't mean there aren't any thoughts going on, but I am focused on the present moment. In sports, they have that saying about being in the zone. And that zone, I think, is the state of absolute presence.
Yes.
You're fully alert. It doesn't mean there isn't a lot of activity going on, like in a sporting event that you're engaged in, but there isn't all the extraneous thinking going along. That is what gets in the way of our being present.
So the answer to what for is to know who we really are, to drop into our true nature of love, compassion, joy, effortless living. So play with it, with your craving, and see, or with anything. Get really present and see the feeling that generates in your life. Recipe. We're going to do a taco casserole with a beautiful little salad on top. It is delicious and quick to make. There's very little prep. It just takes minutes to put in a glass baking dish and bake them in the oven.
Yeah, but it does take some preparation, because it's like bakes for 60 minutes, right?
Yeah, the baking time is.
Yeah, the baking time, but it doesn't take a lot of time in the kitchen.
So try it if you wish and see what you think.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.